টেস্ট করবে না, তাই না? Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the orientation session. We'll be starting very shortly. People are getting in. Thank you for being here. Today's experience will really make a big change. The first year students who find anatomy little difficult, they will find it a big change in their approach after 1 hour. So we'll be starting exactly in 1 minute time. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to a session where we will discover so many new things. And all the first BDS students who are finding anatomy as a difficult subject, I promise you, after the end of the session, you will say that anatomy is not at all tough. This is a promise from my side. So we'll unlock the anatomy today with a lot of ease. We will have a lot of discussions. I will tell you a lot of tricks how to memorize, what strategy you should follow, in which order you should revise, and what is the marks distribution, how you can write little and get more marks. So all those things we'll be discussing, and how to remember, because at home we remember everything, and when we go for exams we forget everything. So this is the story of all of us. So those concepts, how to write in the exams and recollect the things, we'll be discovering today. Okay, so let's begin. So today, as I told, we'll be addressing our common challenges. So as a student point of view, what are the challenges we'll be discussing? Teachers are telling read anatomy, daily read 2 hours, 3 hours, it's very easy. Seniors are telling read this, it's very easy. But as a student, I can very well understand, without knowing the core concepts, the basics, it's very difficult. Everything is Greek and Latin, and practicing diagram is the most difficult part initially, the labeling part. And even if you remember, recollect everything, in 3 hours time you'll have to put it in the paper. So that is what is the challenge and the race against time. So today, decoding each and every aspect of excelling in anatomy. Then we'll be having an overview about anatomy curriculum. We'll understand the concepts and some terminologies, and then different resource materials where you can get anatomy. Definitely, your textbook is there. That is the primary resource material what you have. Apart from that, where all you can look, get more information. There is a library full of books, but every book in the library may not be at your level. So, at a student level, which books to study and what are the digital approaches, I'll be discussing towards the end. And I request all the students to be till the very end, because at the end there are a lot of surprises. Some beautiful mnemonics will be there. The things which you find it very difficult to remember, we will be decoding that towards the end of that. Like the branches of external carotid artery, I'll give you a trick for that. You will never ever forget in your life. So those things we'll be discussing. So just 1 hour, be with me. And towards the end of the session, please ask questions. Definitely, question and answers. It is a chat box is there. You can ask questions, and various numbers I will be displaying. You can ask after the session also. You can ask any queries if it is there. Okay. So first and foremost, addressing the common challenges. Now, first of all, you are all coming up from schools. So school pattern of learning is different, and in a professional college, it's entirely different. First and foremost, your atmosphere is different. At home, your parents are there, you get every facilities. But in hostels, it's not the same. Your roommates are there, your colleagues are there. You may want to study, but your colleague may want to, or your batchmate or roommate want to sleep. So that is a factor which will affect. And then for you, one subject may be tough, but for the other batchmate, another other subject may be tough. So you don't have common things, and a lot of challenges are there. You want to study, others are sleeping. The same thing which I told you. So we'll be discussing each and every aspect, how to mentally grow in anatomy. And please understand, you're not learning anatomy just to pass an internal exam or a final year exam. This is for rest of your life, because you're going to become doctor. Without knowing anatomy, you cannot become a doctor. And for rest of the life, we'll be studying, discussing in such a way that you will remember it throughout your life. Okay, so let's begin. Now, exams without anxiety, impossible. You have written so many exams, even in your 12th standard, your NEET exam, and now you are in a professional college. Maybe some of you have written first internal exams or second internals. You would have come across various hiccups and nightmares also. You would have read something beautifully in the morning. You think that you remember everything. You go to the exam, same question comes. You're so happy. Oh my God, the question what I studied in the morning is here. But the moment you start writing, everything evaporates. Apart from the heading of the question, you don't remember anything. You know where it is. The answer is there in page number 34, right side down, diagram is there. You know everything where it is. But what is the answer? You don't know at that very moment. So our human brain, there's a joke like that. It works 24/7, 365 days a year. And until we are alive, our human brain, till when we are born, it works. It keeps on working. And the brain stops only when we write exams. So that's just a joke, which is a very common one. Okay. So at the beginning of the present preparation, you would have come from your homes when you got your professional college seat, very excited, right? Freshers Day happened. So before the start of preparation, you will be like this. Or if an internal dates are announced, so you will be very fresh. You'll have a timetable in your mind, and you will think that yes, I am going to do it. All strategies will be made, and you keep on studying. What happens over a period of time if your timetable is not correct, or some variations happen, some disruptions happen? Then what happens towards the end of the exam? You become, or you go into a state like this. Now tell me honestly, have you been like this any time or not? Yes, this has happened to all of us, including me. Even in school days, even in any exams, towards the end of the preparation, this happens. So that is why this session is there, to minimize the secondary state, what you are seeing, the second photograph, what you are seeing. We don't want you to be in that. So for that, how to overcome that, how to perform, how to excel, we'll be discussing. So this is the core concept of today's session. Right. So my dear friends, winners don't do different things. They do things differently. Right? It's a very common phrase and a very popular book also. Winners don't do different things. They do things differently. Now, studying anatomy, people have done before you also. People will do after you also. So what big thing are you going to do? You may ask like that to yourself. But please understand, you are studying this for only once in your lifetime. You're going to become doctor for once, right? You will write your exam. So it is for only once in life you will be doing it. So that only once you should be the best, right? So that is why you are not doing any special thing, but for you that subject matters. First time you are studying, you will get your customized degree. So that is why you should be the best in that. Right. So with this little introduction, you should know who am I also. So my name is Dr. Balakrishna, MS Balakrishna. I am a professor and head in Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, and I am academic director Edentu. Right? Fine. So dear students, what got you here may not get you there. Please understand, with whatever hard work you have reached here, all of you have studied first standard, second standard, third, fifth, 10th, 12th, written NEET exam, and every year you're number of hours of study, your concentration, your dedication kept on increasing. So you have written NEET exam and now you are into a professional college. But please understand very carefully, with whatever hard work you have reached here, if you continue to do the same thing, you will not reach the next pinnacle, or the next success of your life will not come. You have to do something bigger than that, something greater than that, something which is you have never done. To get what you have never got, you should do things which you have never done. So you have to re-strategize yourself and replan, restructure all your old habits of studies. School studies is different and professional college studies are entirely different. So you can't do a school study in a professional college. And please understand, there are no elevators to the top. There is no accelerators or there is no lift. Okay, you have to climb each step by yourself, one by one, one by one. Then only the beauty of success you can enjoy. There are no shortcuts to success. Please remember that. There are no elevators to the top. Now, you are very excited, you want to study, you make your program, you make your timetable, and you say, okay, fine, evening 5 o'clock, I am sitting, I will study. Now, we are human beings. And most of you people, or all of you, including me, will have mobile phones in our hands. So we keep everything, but with a full dedication that we will start studying. 5 minutes study is over. 10 minutes study over. Then what happens? Slowly the head goes around. See this. So what happens is, even staring at a wall becomes very interesting. From the books, suddenly your eyes went up and you look here and there. Even staring at the wall becomes very interesting while studying, right? So what are we supposed to do? With full concentration we should study, but everything except the books and the material what we have to study is exciting in our life. So that is a basic concept which we all go through. And dear students, please understand the human concept. What we think as a human being or as a student, what we think is, let this exam go, I will study seriously from the next. So this is a concept which has spoiled generations and generations. Let this exam go, let this class test go. Okay, no problem, I will manage something. Next exam, I will study. Let this internal go. Okay, I didn't study well, let this exam go. Second internal, I will study. Okay, this exam also went bad. Model exam, I will study well. Everything went bad. It is the final exam which is important. I will study well. And then first year gets over somehow. Second year, I will study well. Same way, the story continues. So let this exams go. I will study seriously from the next. So this concept and this attitude, this mindset should be eradicated. You can't keep this. This is an old generation thinking. So what we should be doing is, we have to be studying. See, studying means you should have a timetable. No one is telling you read 24/7. You don't have to be a bookworm. Now, this is a generation where you have to do smart work. Hard work is okay, but smart work is the one which counts, which will give you success. Smart work. So, what you should be doing in your student life? Please understand, your student life in BDS is 4.5 to 5.5 years. So, this 4.5, 5.5 years are the crucial years of your life. You work hard for this 4 to 5 years and then enjoy your next 40, 50 years, or enjoy this 4 to 5 years and then struggle for next 40, 50 years. The choice is yours. So you should be revising, studying, but we as a student, we are always in an excited state. We are always in a state of excitement, euphoria is there. So dear students, please understand, three things we don't recover in life. The word after it is said. If you tell something, it's always done. You can't take your words back. Then the moment after it is missed, it's gone. So these are your moments, your college life, your batchmates. You should have fun. Your study period, all these things matters. Right now, you will be feeling this is all pinching. You're not getting the comfort. You don't like it. But tomorrow, down the lane, after 10 years, you will have smile on your face when you remember your batch memories. So the moment after it is missed, it will not come back. And most importantly, it is the time. If time is gone, everything is gone. There is no point repenting it. Now, for example, this is, for example, it is an evening time. Now, if I go and say, give me breakfast, the time is over. Breakfast time was in the morning. You did not turn up. Then okay, give me lunch. Sir, lunch time is also over. Now this is dinner time. So you should do correct things at correct time. A correct thing at a wrong time becomes a wrong thing. So that is why you should study from the very beginning. Studying towards the end is okay, but it is a wrong thing because too much short period is there. So studying is a good thing at the correct time. So always plan ahead. So for that, you should have some strategies. So first and foremost, you should have a thought of the days you should have, and you should open your mind and realize that mind is more open to information early morning. Please remember that. So that is why you should plan your studies in the morning hours. And there is a research done also. In a group of 100 people, it was done. Like who wants to study at what period of time? So this research was done by University of Michigan, and they found out that the best time of the day where 100% brain is active is morning 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. So morning 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the best part of the day. So anything done on that period, the concentration is great. Then the second best time is evening 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. That is why all the IPL matches are kept here. All the first show movies in the theaters are super hit. Same movie you saw, you go and see in the early morning, and first show in the evening, the vibe is different. So it is the time which is important. So, but some people study late night. They can't get up early in the morning. So you have to customize the timing for your comfort. So you should keep yourself under observation. You should see yourself for 5 days. Okay, I'm studying evening 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. How much concentration? You rate yourself. Okay, I'm 80% concentrating, 70% concentrating. Then night, 11 o'clock. What is the status? Morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, daytime, 10 o'clock. The Saturday, Sunday, when you have holidays, just see how your brain is active. When you get a data for 5 days, you will understand that which is your best time and which is your worst time. So, in your best time, you should read the toughest subject. And in your worst time, when the mind is not at all active, read the easiest subject. So, what mistake what we do is we keep on, we get ready, we freshen up, and we start reading the first chapter, scalp, 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 and the whole 3-4 months goes in scalp on. This is story of every student. Then do not interfere with the sleep routine. Always your sleep should be perfect. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is required. And once you go back from the college, just take a nap. You don't have to sleep. Take a nap for 15 minutes. That is an energy booster. So if your college gets at 4 o'clock, go back to hostel, just close everything, drink tea or something, and just relax for 15-20 minutes. That energy what you will get, it will light up your evening. Then what you have to do is study groups is also very important. So you should always teach your friends, listen from them. Okay, study groups and among your peers is very important. So that you should always fix a topic. Okay, today, suppose we have tomorrow, there is a viva in facial artery. So all of you study facial artery individually and explain among yourself. Maybe 5 minutes every person will speak. So by hearing, listening, clearing doubts, the kind of knowledge what you will gain is 1,000 times greater than what you sit in one corner and read for the whole day. Okay. So now how to revise? This is very important. So first and foremost is you have to study. After studying only you will revise. So there are different patterns of revising. So first and foremost, please make sure you understand that have you left it late to study? If you have left it late, no problem. If your exams are very nearby also, no problem. Talk to your seniors. We are there. Talk to your teachers. Anyone whom you are comfortable with, talk to them. How I can plan in this way. Then what happens? You have to study. And revision should also follow on the same day onwards. See, revision does not mean that you open the book and read the whole thing again and again. from the introduction to the end, reading again and again is not the revision. So you have to find the exam papers, past exam papers, and you should gather and organize the revision materials. That is very, very important. Textbook, the whole chapter is written in a grand manner. But if you make a spider diagram with that, I'll tell you how to make that. Then you should know what to revise. The whole chapter may not be important. You're just wasting your time. What to revise should be known. How to make a revision timetable. Study timetable is different. Revision timetable is different. And understanding and learning the course material, and you have to rehearse also. You should start practicing. The diagrams are there. You need to draw that also. So all those things you should be very, very systematic. So we'll go one by one in all of them. Okay. So now revisions. So first thing is you should have every day 2 to 3 hours of time for revision. Whatever you have studied during the last 1 week, daily you should start revising now. So what you can do is make a plan. Okay, for example, the scalp temporal, what is the scalp temple chapter? So what are the questions over there? Scalp is the main question. Facial artery is a question. Lacrimal apparatus is a question. Right? Muscles of face is a question. So like that, 4 or 5 questions are there. Reading chapter is different, and you should know what is important in that. The clinical anatomy of it, how it is asked. So basically, once you see the question paper, you will come to know which is more important, which question has more weightage also. So once you read the whole chapter, write down in your textbook. It is 5 marks, 5M, 3 marks, 3M, 10 marks, 10M. So whenever you're opening the book with that much concentration and seriousness, you will study. And always while studying, you should have 2 sets of marker pens, different colors, any colors of your choice, with just for 20 rupees each it comes. So you can mark. Please remember, while reading any chapter for the very first time, don't do marking. Otherwise, because first time, everything you will find it as new and important. You will mark everything. So second time when you're reading, mark only the keywords, headings, and the names, values are there, or some very peculiar things are there that you can mark. Now you're revising. So you should revise with a time bound factor. So revision, first chapter, scalp chapter, for 3 hours. So this 3 hours also you should first see how many questions are there in this chapter. Scalp is main question. Muscles of face is 5 marks question. Lacrimal apparatus 5 marks question. And small modulus, all black eye, all those things are 3 marks question. I'm just giving you an example of scalp chapter because scalp is the easiest chapter, very first chapter which people learn it also. So what happens, 5 or 6 questions are there. Then divide the time accordingly. So I'll read the main question for 45 minutes. I'll try to learn, practice diagrams, and then next question, next question, next question. So in 3 hours, you are doing it. So today you did for 3 hours. Whole day you read, from morning to evening, you read scalp. Evening, the whole thing what you read revised in 3 hours. Tomorrow, revise the whole thing in 1 hour. So today, yesterday I read full day. Today I revised for 3 hours. Tomorrow I will revise in 1 hour. Same scalp in 1 hour. You have to read a little faster. Then 3 days continuously you have done. Then do it after a week. Then every Sunday take out the scalp chapter and again have a glance over it. So 1 full day, next day, third day, and after 1 week, and then after 1 month, then after 2 months. Like that, simultaneously, if you do 1 or 2 days in a month, should be there for revisions of the topics what you have done already. So what happens? It always stays in your mind. So before the exam, you will not forget that. Now, if you don't revise, what happens? I'll give you an example. Now, you would have seen some of your batchmates, schoolmates. You know that person, he is your batchmate or a schoolmate, but you forgot his name. Maybe 4th class student, batch, or 7th class, 8th class, you got transferred to some other school, different place. You're meeting in some new place. You know he is your schoolmate, but you forgot his name. Same way, it happens in the exam. We know the answer, we know where it is in the book, but we don't know what is the answer. So what happens here? Just understand what happens in our mind. So what happens is, we only recognize the thing, but we don't recollect what it is. We don't remember the thing. We only recognize. because you have read once, you have underlined the book, you have an experience of that. One day you would have studied the whole chapter, so you recognize it, but you don't remember it because lack of revisions. But if you're a friend of a person who's in regular touch with you, you will not forget his or her. So that is very important. The revision is the key. So same way, when you're studying, its memory is at 100%, and slowly, if you don't revise, it comes down. Your memory comes down. We forget 82% within 24 hours. So very important rule of thumb is, whatever unit of time you are studying, same unit of time should be utilized for remembering and recall also. So you should recall also. Okay, today I studied scalp chapter. So you should close your eyes or walk around what I have studied, what I have done, what was scalp, the definition, then the layers of scalp. Like that, you should be doing that. Next, some memory techniques. I'll be talking about anatomy. Okay, I'm going into anatomy. First, I'm giving you the tips in such a way that any subject you can encounter. It's not only anatomy. This is the common template for any subject. Then I'll specifically, last 20 minutes, I'll specify for anatomy. So you have to improve, you should know memory techniques also. So first is being focused. You have to be completely focused, and you should switch off your phones and everything. Your phone should be switched off while studying, because one WhatsApp message can destroy your concentration. Then always visualizing memory techniques. You should see the photographs. Before reading a chapter, you should open a book, see the diagrams, how many pages are there. Just an overview you should do. With that, you will get the gist of the topic. Then always you should have association and linking. Okay, association and linking is very important. Like for example, you want to remember some words, like for example, any words, random words, or some values you want to remember. So always remember with some linking. Okay, for example, you want to, suppose what you say, the pH 6 to 7, you want to 6.1 to 7.1, you want to remember, right? So just remember, now it is very easy. 6.1, 7.1 is very easy. When you get a complicated value, something like this, nothing, just take out the decimals, just remember like a phone number, something. I'm just giving an arbitrary value. So 61.7 and 12.8, just take out the values, so at least you will know what is it. Okay, so it's very important. This is the memorization. Okay, or for example, 5-star chocolate. 5-star chocolate, how to remember? 5 star. Remember like a star. So whenever I say 5, when you see the letter 5, so automatically the chocolate should come. 5-star chocolate should come. This is, I'm talking on a general aspect. Similarly, you can relate this in anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, especially all the cycles and all. By linking and understanding, you can learn this very easily. I'll just tell you. Now, how does the electrical impulses act? So outside, sodium ions are there. Inside the nerve, potassium ions are there. So you can remember like sodium is the villain coming from outside, and the hero is the inside, that is the potassium. So when the sodium starts coming in, potassium is the one who has to resist. But sodium cannot come inside the nerve until and unless, if someone wants to enter your house, the gate has to be opened. Security man has to be bribed. So the security man here will be calcium. So sodium is the villain, calcium is the gate man, and this is the house of potassium. Right? So like this, a lot of concepts are there. You need to, linking and association will help you to remember for longer period of time. And whenever you're revising, always break into small segments. Don't read the whole chapter as a whole. Break it into small questions and then read. And always repetition is the key. Sachin Tendulkar did not become Sachin Tendulkar just by practicing 1 hour, 2 hours a day. Repeatedly, he was practicing the same stroke again and again. Bruce Lee, same thing again and again. So same thing, if you keep on repeating, it goes into your permanent memory. Then some of the revision techniques are, which I already discussed with you. You read for the whole day, for example, today, then read for 1 hour, take a break, revise for 10 minutes, then 2 to 3 days later again. This is customized. You can customize your plans. Or make a revision wall like this. So in your hostels, whenever you're staying, make a revision wall where you can write, put a chart paper, and the chart paper you can write all the things what you don't know, eruption schedules, branches, arteries, everything. So some time saving savers are always color code your notes, which I told you, put a marker in the book, and always you're getting difficulty in understanding, Google it out. You should use the digital world also. And anything which you are not able to understand, read little daily, like biochemistry cycles or anatomy branches you don't know, revise for 10-15 minutes daily. And slowly today 10 minutes, tomorrow 10 minutes, day after tomorrow 10 minutes. I'm talking about the topics which you hate the most. Slowly, when you keep on doing, you'll remember it. So this was on a general mode I spoke. Now coming to your anatomy, the curriculum and the exam overview. So first and foremost, as you will be aware, you are already in the college. So your anatomy is basically you are having subdivisions. Gross anatomy, mostly the commonly used book is BD Chaurasia. BD Chaurasia. So this is the most commonly used book for gross anatomy. Then histology book is there, Inderbir Singh. Then basic anatomy books are there, and embryology books are there. That is Inderbir Singh, right? Osteology is there. So you can break down into as many subparts. So this proper anatomy is again cadaveric anatomy, what you do in dissections, right? So then living anatomy, developmental anatomy, which is your embryology, microscopic anatomy, which is your histology, surface anatomy, where you join 2 points and learn that, radiographic anatomy, applied aspect, genetics, and it goes on. So these are the different branches of anatomy are there. Now, first and foremost, please remember in the anatomy section, gross anatomy is the one which has got around 70% of the questions coming from. Gross anatomy 70%. 20% comes from embryology. 70 plus 20, 90. 5% from osteology and 5% from histology. It can vary a little bit here and there, but this is the basic concept you should know. So that's why you should give more importance to gross anatomy, then embryology, osteology later on. So now, whenever you have any topic, you take the topic, okay, anatomy I'm studying. So first in the anatomy, what is my syllabus? What is my topic? Okay, this topic is scalp chapter. In the scalp chapter, muscles of mastication, I have to, or TMJ chapter, muscles of mastication, I have to read. So in the muscles of mastication, what? Medial pterygoid muscle, lateral pterygoid muscle. That is asked. 3 marks, medial pterygoid muscle is asked, then you should read around that topic. Rather than reading the whole TMJ chapter. So this is how, by seeing the question banks, you will learn. So that is the importance of question bank. So the first year, your syllabus basically in anatomy, I told you so many subdivisions are there. So you have got general anatomy, gross anatomy, your neuroanatomy, histology, embryology, right? So these are special anatomies are there. So general anatomy again, whole body generally you study. So you will study the basically the different types of bones. That is in osteology actually. Brief history of anatomy, joints, muscles, you will study, nervous system, autonomic nervous system. So this comes under general anatomy, which is applicable for the whole body. The name itself tells it is general. Then comes for gross anatomy, where generally has a dentist, head and neck is the focus area. So you got head and neck in details, you have to study ear, eyes, nose, mouth, larynx, pharynx, everything you have to study, and upper limb also for medical students. Then you have got histology, where you have to study cells, different types of cells, epithelial tissue, connective tissue, cartilage, bone. So you have to draw the histological diagram of that and mention some points over that. This thing comes in practical exams also. Then you have got special histological slides for digestive system, your respiratory system, endocrine system. You have got some special tissues, cut sections are there which you have to study. Embryology is the study of development of our body organs. So development of face, how our tongue develops, how our nose develops, eyes develops. So all those things, pharyngeal arches, right? Mesoderm, ectoderm, all these things you will study when you are properly inside the book and the subject. So the development of everything is called embryology. So always while reading, please make sure you utilize all the senses. So what do you mean by senses? So what I mean by senses is you should use your eyes. So eyes is what? The diagrams. The diagrams what you do, practice. Or the diagram you should draw it and put it on the chart paper wall. The revision wall which you make it in your room. You're seeing it. So that is visual. Then some of the difficult things which you can't recollect, you can record it. And whenever you're going to mess, hostel to eat food, you can just play it. When you're traveling in bus, you can play it in your own voice. So you can use your eyes, you can use your ears also for learning this. Now I'll be telling you very shortly mnemonics and all, which you'll love that aspect of anatomy. Next is taking exams. Very, very important. Now you have studied the whole year. Please understand that we will be discussing all the timetable, customized timetables. The people who are interested in joining, we will be giving them customized timetables and we will be there with them. So taking exams. Now you would have studied whole year, revised, everything done. And now the time has come, the 3 hours. So generally the exam pattern in most of the universities, it can vary from university to universities, but the majority is you will have two main questions. If it is 70 marks paper, theory marks is 70 marks paper, you will have two main questions. Then you will have 4 short essays and 10 short answers. So total 16 questions are there. So this 16 questions you have got 3 hours. 16 questions in 3 hours. So you have to plan your timings also. So what you can do, 180 minutes. This is a game of 180 minutes. So main questions, each main question you can write for 25 minutes each. So if you write for 25 minutes each, 15 minutes is over for two main questions. Then short essays, 15 minutes each, 1-5. So 15 into 4, 60 minutes. 60 plus 50, 110 minutes is over. So you are left with remaining 70 minutes. So this short answers you can write in 70 minutes. So each short answer for 7 minutes. So this should be your strategy. Because what happens in exam, initially we write very slowly. Handwriting is very good, but later on we write very, very fast and then handwriting goes for a toss and we skip or miss many questions. So that is why if the time limit is maintained, you will really succeed and achieve the goal of attempting all the questions. So please understand, this is how the time management in the exam, in a brief I told you. Similarly, there is paper management also. You will be getting a booklet of 50 pages. So the booklet management also, how many pages to be written, that also is there. Now, let us do some mnemonics. So what are cranial nerves? So now we all know that cranial means skull, right? So now, for example, a city in Bangalore, if some incident happened in Brigade Road, okay, in Brigade Road, some incident happened. And who is the head of the country? The President of India, right? President of India or the Prime Minister, you can call it, who is governing actually. So if any problem happens in Brigade Road in Bangalore, do you think the Prime Minister will come and see that problem? Never. Prime Minister will tell the ministers. Minister will call the Chief Minister of that state. Chief Minister will go and see that problem? Never. Chief Minister will tell his junior ministers, then it will go to the police officers, local MLA, police officer, and ultimately a constable will go and see. Similarly, and the information retrograde, it will go. The constables will see what happened, he will tell his superiors, and in the retrograde fashion, the news goes up. Similarly, any activity in the body, if it has to happen, everything is controlled in the brain. So this is the Prime Minister. But brain will not come to that particular organ and do its action. So it will send informations like a relay race. So that is how the cranial nerves function. So like we have sports minister, education minister, you have seen so many minister, group of ministers, right? Everyone have their own portfolio. So like that in our body, there are 12 ministers or 12 cranial nerves. So these are the 12 cranial nerves: olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, and the list goes on. So now you should remember in order. You can't change the order also. If fifth is trigeminal, it is lifelong trigeminal. Seventh is facial. Okay, 10th is your vagus. You can't change this. This is the fixed numbers. So now how to remember this in an order? I'll give you a small mnemonic. Mnemonic is very customized. You may find it very funny. It may have no meaning also. Doesn't matter. You should know the answer. So if you see this mnemonic, O, 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 to touch and feel a garam vada, aha. Now if you see the first letters of each and try to relate here, exactly it will fit. So this is how a mnemonic can be made. Just if you read the mnemonics for 3 or 4 times, because it is something different, it is a peculiar thing, you will learn it very easily. So how to make mnemonics is also we will be training. So now if you see this, the first 3 starts with O, 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 O. So now how to differentiate with this? Now see, first one is olfactory. So olfactory means what? Factory. So whenever you pass around the factory, smell will be there, pollution will be there. So with which organ do you smell? Nose. So olfactory means nose. Second is optic. Optic means what? Opticals. You have seen optical shops. Optic means eye. Now tell me how many nose you have and how many eyes you have. So you have one nose and two eyes. So one nose, one it's smelling nose, and that is factory. So first is olfactory, two optic, second becomes optic nerve. Automatically the third one becomes oculomotor nerve. So this is how you can remember it also. And another funny method of remembering is based on their function, how they do. Right? So one is olfactory, two is optic, three is your oculomotor, that extraocular muscles, fourth is trochlear, right? Fifth is trigeminal, your ophthalmic, maxillary, and mandibular divisions. This is just a variety way to learn. No one will ask you in the exam. Even if you don't know this, no problem. Now, see how anatomy you can study in an easy way. This is the greatest thing what you will take away from today's session. So I want all of you to concentrate for next 5 minutes. This is going to be a real game changer in your anatomy. From tomorrow onwards, when you learn this, after this, the whole anatomy branches will be very easy for you. Okay. Now, in India, there is a river called Ganga or Ganges, you can call it. From where does it start? It starts from somewhere in glaciers. Gangotri is the glacier. So same way in our body, head and neck, there is blood supply. So the blood supply starts from our heart. Arch of aorta. I'm just giving you a colloquial term to remember. I'm linking it. See, whenever I'm teaching you, I'm linking it. So it starts from your heart. In the heart, you have got arch of aorta, which is at the level of second intercostal cartilage, or the cartilage ribs are there, between them cartilages are there. Now just imagine there is a grandfather. So grandfather has got 3 kids. How many kids? Grandfather has got 3 kids. So the 3 kids names are right brachiocephalic artery, left subclavian artery, and left common carotid artery. Now for a father, always girls are the best. And just I'm giving an example. So this right is a girl and these two are boys. So from the arch of aorta, there are, or grandfather has got 3 kids, 1 daughter, 2 sons. So this is a girl. So the girl gets married and the girls gets married and then it gives to 2 children again. And the family name is right. So always the family name will be carried to the next generation. So from the right brachiocephalic artery, you get 2 more branches, that is right common carotid artery and right subclavian artery. Right subclavian. Now a point to be noted, left subclavian and left common carotid artery, these two are direct branches of arch of aorta. Whereas the right subclavian is a branch of right brachiocephalic and which is a branch of arch of aorta. So it's a sub branch actually. Right. So now, so from the arch of aorta, we get right brachiocephalic artery, which is a girl, we are thinking like that, got married, 2 kids, right common carotid and right subclavian. So this 3 is not required much to read in head and neck anatomy. So only this one we will be concentrating. So this right common carotid artery again gives to 2 branches. The 2 branches are external carotid artery and internal carotid artery. So if someone asks you, what is external carotid artery? External carotid artery is a branch of right common carotid artery. Right common carotid artery is a branch of right brachiocephalic artery. Right brachiocephalic artery is a branch of arch of aorta. So this is how you can tell also. Top to bottom, bottom to top. And this external carotid artery is the major artery which supplies our head and neck. Now, so external carotid artery, again 8 branches are there. How many branches? 8 branches of external carotid artery. So how to remember these 8 branches? One more mnemonic I'll give you. Some losers fail anatomy, other post magnificent scores, which is written there on your screen also. You can see that. Some losers fail anatomy, other post magnificent score. Now the same thing, it is one like a train. Okay, so this is like one train. In the train, what happens? There is an engine, then there are bogies, and then there is a guard. So this is the starting point and this is the ending point. So some losers anatomy, other post magnificent score. Just imagine it is like a train. Now, some losers fail is one partition. Anatomy is the second one. Other post is the third one. You can break it like partition. 8 people are there in 4 rooms. Room number 1, room number 2, room number 3, room number 4. So in the 4 rooms, 8 people are staying. So some losers fail are the front part. So they are anterior branches. Anatomy is the middle part. So it is a medial branch. Other posterior. So these are posterior branches. And the magnificent scores are towards the end. So they are the terminal branches. So it's very simple. Some losers fail. So S and F. So from that branches will come. So the branches are some losers fail. So superior thyroid, lingual, facial. So these 3 are anterior branches. Ascending pharyngeal artery is the medial branch. Occipital and posterior auricular artery are the posterior branches, and last 2 are the terminal branches. So if you just replay this and learn it again, it's very easy. 2-3 times you study, it's very easy. Same way you have got ophthalmic nerve. So you have got the trigeminal nerve, the 5th cranial nerve. So it has got 3 branches: ophthalmic, maxillary, mandibular. You can remember like standing room only. Maybe this is a room where only standing is allowed. There is no chairs. Standing room only. So ophthalmic nerve, standing. So standing means it comes out from superior orbital fissure. Maxillary nerve, room. Standing room only. Room, foramen rotundum, R. Only mandibular nerve, foramen ovale. So these are the foramens through which it comes. Standing room only. Now you have studied scalp also, layers of scalp. So why do we study each layer? First layer of the scalp is thick and hairy because we can do hair transplants. Later on, once you pass out your BDS, you can do maxillofacial surgery, and then you can do your specialization even in hair transplants. Second layer, subcutaneous tissue. Why do we learn that? Tomorrow, you can do the facelift surgeries. Wrinkle people, old people whose skin tags are there, you can give an incision over here, remove all the fat, stretch it, and just suture that area. Excess tissue, cut it out. So a 60-year-old lady will look like 30-year-old. So these are all there in dentistry, which you can do that. So now coming to anatomy, resources, and stool. How, where, what you will get the different resource materials in anatomy. So please understand, textbook is one form where you have the knowledge, but you need supplemental things which will boost up your performance, right? Talent is there, but everyone has a coach. So this is the different things which you do will boost up your marks. So always remember the story of old crow and the new crow. Old crow, you know that it used to put one stone and the water level used to come up and then it used to drink, but it takes a lot of time. So please update yourself. Be always digitally, knowledgeable. So use a straw. So the modern crow uses a straw, so very fast it can drink water. So it is just updating yourself. So this is what is all updating about. So first and foremost, I would like to introduce Edentu. Okay. So what is this Edentu? It is a digital platform where you have series of classes, structured classes, everything in a systematic manner from first year to final year BDS, and then even for the NEET MDS coaching. There is everything is organized and beautifully lectures are there from hand-picked staff across India. So in your college, maybe one teacher may be good, others may not be good, two teachers may be good, but every teacher is not good. But here, hand-picked staffs are taken across India. So study materials, these are the study materials you are there, where you will be getting all colorful notes with diagrams, customized, how to remember diagrams, everything, whatever I am speaking, a support system also will be there in that. So this is how you will be getting the notes. So Edentu, the first year study materials, this sets of 3 books are there, your anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, which is together physiology, biochemistry and DADA. So these are the notes which is being prepared from across like entire library you can call it. So many books were referred and in a simplified format, which is very easy to digest. Because Cunningham books, international author books, it's very difficult to understand. So the language is made easy and it is converted into a very simplified note. So this is what we offer for first year, second year, third year, final year. The notes are there. So currently first year is really on a very, what you call it, like a very useful notes it is. So number is there, you can note the number also. So this is how carotid artery, how the branches are there, how to know. So see, just now I spoke about the blood supply of head and neck. Grandfather, 3 kids, daughter, 2 kids, 2 kids, and external carotid artery branches. So if you learn that the core, then you can rule any chapter, which is branch of what you can tell. Same concepts are given in the notes also in the very beginning, so that you don't have to struggle later. So the key areas, if you master, it becomes very easy. So all classes are there. Even we have a live classes also. So there is a recorded classes as well as live classes. Recorded means the entire package system will be there, right? Our executives will help you how to go through it. So you can learn at your own time, at your own speed. You want to study any XYZ chapter at midnight, 2 o'clock, you can just click and the teacher is there with you teaching you. So at your own speed, at your convenience, you can study and you can revise it 1,000 times, 2,000 times, how many times you can want to play, you can play that. So that is an advantage of all the classes. And every class is in a very systematic, topic by topic, in a very sweet manner. So we have a great team also. They were our alumni students who passed out. Now they are in second year, third years and all. So this were some of the students who have done wonderfully well after taking this materials and the classes, which has boosted up their performance in the exam. Because making food is one aspect, but how to serve it, that is a different aspect. So that is what I have explained you in brief, actually, the time management, paper management. So these are the other group of students who have done extremely well. This is the list of faculties we have. All the faculties are handpicked and they're not from same place. It's all different places. Each one is a pioneer in their subject. So our unique features are there and test evaluation by examiners will be there. So we have a dedicated team who will be accessing your test series, your mark systems, how you are performing, every aspect. You will be having a mentor. In other words, mentor will be there. So this mentorship is very important. Throughout the BDS, you will have a mentor for yourself. So just like a friend, it will be. So this is the contact number. Please take a screenshot or whatever. This is the contact number. So we have what you call it, like semi-year plan, half-yearly plan, and annual plan also. So this is semi-year plan 399, 3,999. This is for actually anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry, everything, all first year subjects. And 6,999 plan is for the entire year. You will have access for all the classes. Okay, so at your ease, you will be getting a passport, everything. Our executives will guide you what to do for that. So these are very important. These are the things, small things which will change. A small thing can turn a life. So if you're really struggling or not getting to the pace of what your batchmates are doing. So this materials, this recorded classes, and we have live classes also. Live classes, I will be the mentor for anatomy actually. So what happens, you will see on a daily basis. So I will know you by name, and then how you are performing. You can ask the doubts again and again. Right now I spoke everything little quickly, but there I can spend time with you. So extra live classes are also there that you can speak to our executives also. Personalized mentorship programs are also there. So all those details our executives will give you. So these are our QR codes. You can scan it where you will get all the other information. Just take a screenshot right now. So later you can get all the informations, everything from here. Even MDS training is there, and we have got wonderful ranks in MDS. Our students have bagged very, very good ranks. It's all there in our website and all. So dear students, please study hard, take a decision. Once you think 1,000 times before taking a decision. But once you take a decision, even if 1,000 difficulties come, you should not. Live classes will be at a time of your choice. Basically, college hours you cannot do, maybe evening or morning hours it will be there. So that our executive will guide you through that. So weekly test series will be there. You will write the test. You will know how you are performing, whether you are able to perform in 3 hours or not. And paper corrections will be done, and feedback will be given to you. So you will know how you are performing. It is always important. Suppose in a college day you want to sing a song. First, you have to practice the song in your room. If you cannot sing in your room, you cannot sing in the stage also. So the practice test will be there. Corrections will be done. A feedback will be given. Difficult topics will be taught again and again. Then you can do wonderfully well. And then all it will start with what is an artery, what is a vein, what is nerve, what is capillaries. From basics, it will be taught. And different strategies of learning will be giving you. I have explained few. There are many more than this, right? Mnemonic techniques, how to revise, how to customize timings for you, how you can utilize your day in a fruitful manner. And then active learning methods, different strategies are there, the linking method, how to implement in anatomy, all those things we'll be discussing. Apart from that, extra notes, materials, books, right? Whatever is available and whatever is there with us, we'll all share with you. Question banks and all, you can do wonderfully well. So if you have any questions and answers, please put it in the chat box. We are left with another 2 to 3 minutes. If any questions are there, please put it in chat box. I will answer your questions. In case you don't want to put it in chat box right now, these numbers are there. It's a WhatsApp number also. Please WhatsApp us. I will address to your query individually, personally. If any questions are there, I'll ask my technical team to help me out. Any questions are there? If it is there, yes. Any questions are there? Yeah. Just pass me the question. I will answer it fast. Don't worry. Even if your question is not answered now, please WhatsApp your question. I will explain to you very, very well. Right? So the question is, sir, when will be the live classes start? Yes, live classes. Please speak to our executive because we get calls from across India. We club as per the what you say exams and all different batches are there. Different batches are there. So which batch you want to fit in, whether evening class or morning class, we speak to our executive. They will guide you. Always the batches are going on. Always the batches are going on. So how to clear the doubts in the recorded classes? Yes, recorded classes, you will have one mentor, but generally it's a different package. Live classes, there will be a full-time mentor with you who will be there with you throughout BDS. If you're taking for 4-year plans, throughout 4 years, he will be there. If you're taking for first year, till you pass the first year, that mentor will be there. Recorded classes, that is a disadvantage. The mentor may not be available full time, but still, if any doubts are there, there will be WhatsApp groups. You can shoot your questions there. Whenever I am free, I will be one of the mentor, and you'll have two mentors. Actually, we have two mentor system. One will be the subject mentor, and one will be the universal mentor. Like I will be there with you. So we will If you put it in, those are the recorded classes, they can put their doubts in the WhatsApp groups. We will address to them also. But live class is on a daily basis. You will be seeing me like this and we will be interacting. So that difference is always there. The rates and everything, all those things are secondary. First you discuss, take a decision. The way what you are studying right now, will you achieve the goal or not by the methods what you are doing it. If you think you cannot achieve your goal, then this is the time you should take an external help. Any other questions to take? Okay, so right now no questions. Any question, please, this is the number is there on your screen. You can always put across. So I hope this session was really fruitful and little useful for you. So incorporate this techniques and all, and we are always there. The Edentu team is always there with you all. One more question has come. Yeah, one more question. Last question, I will do it. I'll take it. The last question. So the question is, all subject study materials available? Yes, for the first year, all subject materials are available. Please call the executives. Second year, third year are also there. Please call our executives. They will help you out. Don't worry. All this thing, number is there on your screen. Right? So these are there. Speak to them. They will guide you. So that's it for the day. Any queries? We are always there. The Edentu team is always there with each one of you. Right? Whenever you want our help, we are there like a solid rock. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your precious time. Goodbye.